Hi guys, this is Lada from astrolada.com and I'm here with your October 2017 videos. But this October I'm going to focus on one exceptional astrological event. This is Jupiter changing signs, moving from Libra into Scorpio. And these videos are not going to be just for October. You can watch them all up till November 2018 because all this time for around 12 months, Jupiter will be in a new sign. So this video will be your guiding light for the next 12 months. So come back to them. And this is tremendous event, one of the most important astrological events this year, and like every year when Jupiter transit signs. And because it shifts your luck, it shifts your opportunities totally. And now the water and earth signs will be kind of manifesting more powerfully, and Jupiter is moving into Scorpio, where it's going to be very strong. Till now, the last 1 year Jupiter was in Libra. It's not as strong in Libra because it's a sign where Jupiter does not do so well in. And not only that, but in the last 1 year Jupiter was making a lot of challenging aspects to Uranus, to Pluto. So it's even if it manifested, and it does manifest because Jupiter is the bringer of opportunities. If it manifested, it was with more challenges, with more surprises, with more effort, so to speak. But this year, Jupiter being in Scorpio, where it's very strong, it's in a sign that it loves to be in. It's very strong in Scorpio because Mars, that rules Scorpio, is a friend of Jupiter. And not only that, but it's really helped the whole 2018 by positive aspects only. Saturn is in a good relationship to Jupiter. Saturn will be in Capricorn. If you want to figure out, basically, to know the astrology, Saturn in Capricorn as well, but also Pluto and Neptune will be in good aspects to Jupiter, so it has no challenging aspects. So it's gonna give abundance and bounty in a positive, easy way. So we're gonna go through all the 12 signs. And by the way, join me on the 21st of October, me and a group of amazing astrologers, at least 5 or 6. We're gonna be doing a astrology marathon live. If you can't be present live, it's gonna be Saturday, but if you can't make it, you can watch it after that as a recording. We're gonna do the most important astrological events from 2018 to 2021, like Saturn conjunct Pluto, Saturn in Capricorn, Jupiter in Scorpio, the eclipses, Venus retrograde in Scorpio, Mars retrograde in Aquarius and Capricorn, all the big events. It's an astrological bonanza, astrological marathon. I'm super excited. We're going to have a peek into the next 3 years ahead. And by the way, this Jupiter in Scorpio now, so all those videos, it's general. You know, we're going to go through each sign, but it is general. And if you want more specifically to know about Jupiter, how it's going to impact you, like a professional astrologer outlook from your ascendant, from the specific house cast, join me on the 30th of September live, or watch after that the recording of Jupiter in Scorpio webinar. And I'll show you how to exactly predict what opportunities will be coming in your horoscope according to the degrees in your horoscope, according to the planets. And Jupiter will be affecting other signs, not only Scorpio, but 2 other signs will manifest powerfully in the coming 1 year because of the playing together with Saturn. So join me to find out more in-depth information. So Taurus, let's see how Jupiter changing from your 6th house to your 7th house will impact you for the next 12 months and how this will transform your life. And as you know, Scorpio is the most transformative sign. And when Jupiter enters there, whatever house it triggers for you, it will bring to you big opportunities through big transformations in your life. And look, Jupiter is entering your 7th house. Many Tauruses have been expecting that because 7th house is known as the house of relationships. And Jupiter is moving from the 6th to the 7th house in October. So maybe you will not feel this immediately now in October, but over the next 12 months and by November 2018, when you look back, you will realize all the big opportunities that came to your life through Jupiter moving into the 7th house. So let's quickly recapitulate what Jupiter in the 6th house in the last 12 months might have brought you. Well, might have brought you, for example, it's sometimes not such a good thing because the 6th house has a very different energy than Jupiter 6th house. And wherever Jupiter goes, it expands. And 6th house is the house of arguments or unbalanced people or situations. So it might have expanded because wherever Jupiter is, it can expand the environment in a person's life that is connected to this house or the events. And the sixth house is about unbalanced people, people with victim mentality, blaming people. The sixth house has this kind of critical, blaming energy to it. I'm not saying it's a bad house, that there should be such people, or people that are sicker or poorer, or people that are kind of victimized or trying to victimize others. So maybe such imbalanced situations, sometimes court cases start in the sixth house, because sixth house is the lack of agreement, because sixth house is the 12 from the 7, which means dissolution. 7 is agreements and contracts. 6 is dissolution of those. So if maybe Jupiter expanded such kind of things in your life, but also because Jupiter is a benefic, it gave you more tolerance towards such situations. And usually, if you not have tolerated before people that complain or criticize or victim or attack or argumentative, well, Jupiter is in your sixth house. It made you much more tolerant towards such conflicts, towards conflictual situations, towards people that are conflictual of some sort. Maybe it expanded or it increased those situations, but also gave you wisdom, because Jupiter is a planet of higher wisdom, how to deal with conflicts, how to deal with imbalanced situations, because sixth house is anything that lacks balance. And Jupiter was in Libra, after all, the sign of balance. So it made you strongly aware, because Jupiter is the sign and the planet of consciousness, something that you have knowledge about, that you bring into the light of knowledge. And Jupiter is wisdom, So some situations that are out of balance, Jupiter made you become very aware of them over the last 1 year. Especially whether it's in relationships or whether it's in your personal life or your work environment, and these might have increased the imbalance, because Jupiter expands. And because of this awareness, because of this more presence and expansion of such kind of out of balance situations in your life, and it might be sixth house is also health situations that are out of balance, which might have expanded, or also situations of inequality of some sort that are out of balance that have expanded in your life. So why did Jupiter expand them? So you become much more aware of them. Once there's so much in your face, because Jupiter blows up everything it goes through, you tend to have to learn about it, and Jupiter brings also the wisdom to deal with that. So yes, it might have brought all these situations that were out of, not so easy, so to speak. Sixth house is dealing with material conflicts and any kind of addictions and anything to do with out of balance that lacks equality of any sort, or criticism or arguments of some sort, and court cases, and such kind of hostile or unfair situations, so situations of someone who is taking advantage of some sort. It expanded it, but gave you more tolerance and understanding towards such people, more compassion towards such people in such situations. Maybe because, sometimes we need Jupiter in the sixth house, because if we have not been compassionate towards such people, it puts us in, when Jupiter is in the sixth house, in such situations ourselves. So then we develop more compassion to people that are out of balance somehow, that are passing through difficult periods, the poor, the ignorant, the sick. And also, if you're a doctor, it might have been a great time for you if you're a litigator, because Jupiter expands the opportunities of the house in regards to the careers it's connected to. So any careers that the sixth house, medical field, social, helping those, the poor, the needy, social services, service of any sort, Jupiter might have expanded your responsibilities and duties, but also, it brought you into more awareness how to deal with illness. Maybe it gave you some answers to unbalanced health situations in your life, more awareness of how to deal with those unbalanced situations in your life, or those unbalanced people. Even though it brought you more tolerance for them as well, it also brought you more knowledge how to deal, okay. And not only that, but Jupiter in the sixth house might have helped you resolve, become aware of very unfair situations in your life, and start researching and looking for answers. Jupiter is this planet that wants to know, that to have the higher perspective. And Jupiter is about not judging and criticizing, but accepting a situation and somehow healing it by higher knowledge. Anyway, so Jupiter will be moving, and it's sixth house, so maybe it expanded your career, your work duties, work. Maybe some changes happen with your work environment as well. But it's moving into your seventh house, and it's going to be in Scorpio there, whether it's your ascendant in Scorpio, in Taurus, your moon, or your sun. Specifically, the ascendant is the most potent. After that, in Western society, we consider the moon sign most potent, and the sun sign, and then the moon sign. But in Eastern societies, they consider first the ascendant most potent, then the moon sign, because they're more intuitive based civilizations there. For them, the moods and the spirit and the soul, which is symbolized by the moon, is more important. While in the Western world, things symbolized by the sun, which is initiative and independence and proactivity, is more important. So check. The most powerful is the ascendant. So if you happen to have Taurus ascendant or lesser degree sun or moon in Taurus, Jupiter is moving into a seventh house from October 2017 till November 2018. So it will expand your relationships. It will expand, it will take out from an environment of more discord, which you are tolerant towards and you gain more understanding about how to deal with, into a situation of balance. The seventh house is the house of contracts, agreements, reaching balanced decision about something, reaching a balance in your life through some kind of relationship or agreement or signing a contract. If till now there was more expansion of those disagreements or discourse that you became more aware of, now when Jupiter enters into a seventh house, there will be healing of certain relationships, because Jupiter ends the sign Scorpio is the most healing therapeutical sign. Scorpio, it's about huge transformations that happen miraculously almost in Jupiter, speeds up and expands whatever it is in. So it's going to expand the healing qualities of Scorpio, and it's going to impact you specifically about your relationship. So there might be the healing of some broken contract, the healing and transformation of some trust that was lost. Maybe someone cheated on you years ago and you locked it up in pain. So you kind of distance yourself from relationships, seventh house rules relationships. And Jupiter transits the seventh house, spins up the chakras, because Scorpio rules the chakras, and creates healing in your relationships. If there was pain that happened to you in regards to some relationship, big transformation is coming. If there is a relationship in your life that is stagnant, that you're not certain whether you want to be in it or no, or just things have been going south for a while and there is no improvement, Jupiter enters your seventh house, you cannot remain in the same situation. Either the relationship will be removed, or it will be transformed to the next level, like Scorpio transforms totally. Scorpio is a sign of death and rebirth. So they can be the death and the rebirth of a relationship that's already existent. So you don't necessarily have to ditch your partner when Jupiter enters your seventh house, business or personal partner. You can recycle the relationship, you can heal it, you can transform it. Or they can be a death of a relationship and a rebirth of a new, and rebirth in your life and healing through a new relationship, powerful relationship. They can be a new business partner that comes into your life that will bring a lot of mutual financial resources, because Scorpio rules money and moral and financial support that comes to you through others, and seventh house is business partnerships. So they can be some business partnership or marriage or committed relationship that comes into your life as an opportunity that actually expands brings emotional healing. Scorpio brings sexual healing. Scorpio is again therapeutical healing of some sort, big transformation in your life, and possibly even more financial resources that comes to you through another. So interesting. Let's see what happens. Write to me on this video, check this video over the next 12 months. Write to me in November 2018 and say, did it come true? There will be expansion of your contact with others as well. There will be, your social environment will increase, because Jupiter also sends good positive aspect to the 11th house, which is your social, and to the 3rd house as well, which are both communicative social houses. So there is increase in communication and everyday encounters, one-to-one with people, not necessarily in the physical, might be over the phone, over the internet, whatever, but such contacts speed up. there is, if you're trying to become more popular as well, if you're trying to have a following of some sort, it is the 11th house, and Jupiter sends good aspect to it from the 7th house. And 7th house is the house of the audience. If you're the first house, the others is the 7th house. Jupiter expand those others so you can become more popular. If you're someone like who is in media like me, or who wants to have bigger following, or who wants to connect to bigger people, more people on internet or Facebook, or to make marketing campaigns, this is the year for you guys. There can be a huge transformations in your life that comes to you through relationships of any source, because Jupiter affects both the 3rd, the 11th, and the 7th house, the 7th most potently. And they're all about communication, networking, connecting, expanding your influence on big groups of people, small groups of people, working in collaboration in small groups of people, working in collaborations on one-to-one situations, working with big groups as well, like a big audience rather than small. And so you can have the green light in many of those. I just had Jupiter in the 7th house in the last 12 months, and my Facebook and my YouTube expanded so much. Thank you so much. Even I was going to show you here. Yes, it's not here, but I got even my 100,000 subscribers, and that's because Jupiter was in the 7th house from my sun sign, expanded my social influence. And I got married while Jupiter was in my 7th house from the sun. So it can be, Jupiter facilitates the moving to the next level in a house it's going. So it's going to be for you. You might get married, some of you, when Jupiter is in the 7th house. You might move a relationship from this level to the next level of commitment. If there is some blockage of you to relationship, to move it from one level to another, Jupiter will speed it now, will expand it, will make it easier. Jupiter is about making things easier, so you can take a relationship to the next level. Or if there is partner is resisting to taking it to the next level, this relationship will not stay in your life. It will be removed from your life, because it's about huge transformations through relationships. If it's not coming through a partner, taking to the next level, or from you, it means it's not the partner. There is someone else that will very likely appear while Jupiter is in your 7th house to come and transform your life. And it might be a personal or business partner. Don't only think in the 7th house or marriage partner, but it's one of those things. Committed life partner can appear for you that is very that somehow expands your horizons. Jupiter is about expanding horizons, about bringing more knowledge that allows us to be or if it's not a new partner, your partner somehow will have something happening in their life that will expand their horizons, that will make them more allowing, more permissive, more philosophical, more open-minded. Your partner is having something very good coming in the life of your business or personal partner, marriage partner. It might be some kind of a, Jupiter rules for Taurus house. So this partner's resources rules Sagittarius. So when the ruler of the 8th is in the 7th, like Jupiter is going to be, it can indicate that your partner's resources might increase, and there might be some therapeutical healing that happens in the life and transformation in your partner that affects and brings more balance into your life, that affects your personal relationship. And if it's not, and it can mean 8th house is total breakup, sudden change when it's in the 7th house of a relationship. But it kind of brings freedom. It kind of brings, Jupiter as a planet of freedom, of liberation. So if there is some total breakup in a business partnership or a personal partnership that's happening over the next 12 months, it's liberating. You will feel it liberating. And very quickly, it might bring an opportunity for a new relationship entering your life. Okay, so your strategy for success as Scorpios is make bridges, communicate with others. There will be more balance that comes in your life through not more balance, but more big transformations, Scorpio, that comes in your life through connecting with others. You can make most beneficial connections, social, personal, business. You can meet the partner that you end up marrying. You can marry someone. You can divorce someone, but because it's played its role. It's about death and rebirth, Scorpio, death and rebirth of relationships. Or you can revive a relationship that is still, bring it up to the next level and make it more alive again, like rekindle the fire And there'll be like abundance of partnerships, contracts. It doesn't necessarily need to affect your personal life. For me, when Jupiter transited the seventh house, I created a lot of new business partnerships with people, and I got divorced and got married, all within the same year, because Jupiter wants to liberate you from something that has, you know, for something that doesn't feel right, because Jupiter is the planet of truth. It wants to bring truth to you, and it also brings you an opportunity to expand and to bring a new relationship, for example. So, you know, it can be getting married, getting divorced, and then meeting someone, meeting a new love life, meeting a new life partner, a new important business partner that transforms your life, creating a new close relationship with someone that is highly transformational. Okay, thank you so much, Scorpio. That's your prediction for the next 12 months. And by the way, there is a lot of focus in October, just because these are the October videos, in the sixth house where Libra is, because the Sun, Mercury, and Venus will all be there. So this month in October, there's a lot of focus on work. There's a lot of focus on health, on fulfilling duties and responsibilities. That's where your head will be like. And from the end of the month, from in the last 10 days, all the focus goes gradually into relationships as well, and it will stay for 12 months there because of Jupiter starting to make its magical transformations in your house of relationships. So thank you so much.